But in July on the campaign trail, he said this race is about vouchers. And you can just ask him directly.
Well, let's just ask him directly.
Vouchers.
Do you support vouchers, General Cameron?
Look, I support, what I've always said is I support catching up our kids. I'm trying to, my plan is
one of those option school vouchers or scholarship tax credits.
My plan is about making sure that we catch the kids up from the shutdown. We've seen Andy Beshear's education plan, and it's a plan that shut down our schools for nearly 2 years.
But you would be for school vouchers?
No, I would support primarily our public school system.
Get a camera and answer the question. I oppose vouchers 100%. The reason he won't answer is he supports vouchers. He has time and time again, but what's concerning is he won't be honest with you.
And it was at this moment he knew his campaign was circling the drain.
Why will you not answer the question?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I hope everyone's weekend is going well, or at least better than Republican governor candidate Daniel Cameron. Cameron faced off in a debate last week with incumbent Andy Beshear, in which they faced off on a number of issues, from healthcare to abortion, which, by the way, the challenger is fully in support of. What exactly? Well, I ask because up until a couple of weeks ago, he was an advocate for Kentucky's 2 laws restricting abortion.
He was in June of 2022, the same day Roe v. Wade was struck down.
We must commit to defending and implementing those laws. There is no rape and incest exception.
But then suddenly had a change of heart. Could it be because of how wildly unpopular his stance was?
Again, candidate for governor is shedding some new light on his stance on abortion. For many months, Attorney General Daniel Cameron has voiced his staunch support for the state's current abortion ban, as it is. But now he appears to be shifting his tone.
Roe v. Wade was overturned. There's been a call specifically from abortion advocates from them, and even those who deem themselves pro-life, to add exceptions for rape and incest. Now, Attorney General Daniel Cameron says he'd be on board with this if state lawmakers made it happen.
3 debates. My opponent has been asked this 9 times, and he has refused to look in the camera and answer it once. You deserve a governor who will level with you. So here, let me show him how to do it. I believe that victims of rape and incest deserve options, that there has to be an exception. Some of these girls are as young as 9 years old, and my opponent would make them carry their rapist's baby. Wrong? Our people deserve better, and you deserve a governor that can look in a camera and answer the question.
Which leads to the bodying at hand. The reason I want to highlight this moment regarding school vouchers is, much like Cameron's stance on abortion, he just won't own up to it. It is atypical of Republicans. Copy and pasted strategy to run on an extreme idea, like say cutting Social Security, Medicare, or advocating in favor of overturning Roe, but when pressed on it, this is the type of response that they give. A whole lot of word salad, dancing around the issue, and eventually humiliation.
Republican candidate for Kentucky Governor Daniel Cameron attacked Governor Beshear's leadership in education as he announced his own plan today. The Attorney General believes the Cameron catch-up plan will address the learning loss he says has happened under the Beshear administration. Cameron says the plan includes the largest expansion of reading and math instruction in the history of the Commonwealth, which he claims has declined during Beshear's time in office. Daniel Cameron has spent his time in office attacking our teachers and advocating to weaken our public schools with vouchers that would send public tax dollars to private schools.
But in July on the campaign trail, he said this race is about vouchers. And you can just ask him directly.
Well, let's just ask him directly.
Vouchers.
Do you support vouchers, General Cameron?
Look, I support, what I've always said is I support catching up our kids. I'm trying to, my plan is
one of those option school vouchers or scholarship tax credits.
My plan is about making sure that we catch the kids up from the shutdown. We've seen Andy Beshear's education plan, and it's a plan that shut down our schools for nearly 2 years.
But you would be for school vouchers?
No, I would support primarily our public school system. Look, we need to make sure that we expand opportunity and choice.
That's 3 times you've asked the question.
We need to make sure at the same time, look, more than 90% of our kids are in public schools. Look, parents at home, they want to make sure that their kids are caught up. This governor shut your schools down for nearly 2 years.
We deserve a governor that will answer the question.
Governor
that
Beshear.
will look in a camera and answer the question. I oppose vouchers 100%. They steal money from our public schools and send them to our private schools. The reason he won't answer is he supports vouchers. He has time and time again, but what's concerning is he won't be honest with you and answer a direct question and look in the camera. You deserve a governor that'll do that, whether the answer is popular.
Why will you not answer the question?
Well, there are few races more important in the country right now than the Kentucky governor's race. And Kentucky natives will be posed the question, who do you want as your governor.
The state's Republican nominee in the race for governor, Daniel Cameron, for the first time publicly, voiced his support to amend Kentucky's trigger law. The conversation on News Radio 840 WHAS prompted after this attack ad from Governor Andy Beshear's re-election campaign.
Daniel Cameron thinks a 9-year-old rape survivor should be forced to give birth.
Look, I'm going to make sure that we have a culture of life here, but the things that have been said in these ads, they are shameful.
Throughout his campaign and time as Attorney General, Cameron has been an advocate for Kentucky's 2 laws restricting abortion. Here he was in June of 2022, the same day Roe v. Wade was struck down.
We must commit to defending and implementing those laws. There is no rape and incest exception.
Someone who stands by their statements, is vocally pro-life, pro-funding public schools rather than draining them for the benefit of private, and can look down the camera and say it. Oh, this guy.
As we observe Good Friday and Easter weekend, I know a lot of us are disappointed or discouraged by the fact that we're not going to be able to celebrate in person with our families or our church communities in the ways that we've done traditionally. But I've been so proud of the way that Kentuckians have stepped up to help slow the spread and to flatten the curve as it relates to COVID-19. I just want to provide a word of encouragement and a reminder that these changes are only temporary. The fact of the matter is that these actions that we are taking here in the Commonwealth to flatten the curve are part of a larger effort being led by President Trump and others to save lives and to stop the spread of this terrible disease.
Would you have shut down churches, particularly during the outset?
Look, I wouldn't infringe on your constitutional rights. This governor shut down your churches. He tried to shut down your First Amendment right to assemble if you were going to church.
We've got to trust our healthcare experts to guide us on when it is safe to resume our normal lives.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.